Oh, there we go. The screen went blank for a bit. Sorry about that, guys. Did your screen go blank for a bit or no?
Not at all.
No.
Okay, my screen just went boom. It's like, oh, I hope I'm not having a power outage again.
All my screen show is you give me the middle finger.
Okay, yeah, well, that was I meant to do that, but anyway, sorry guys, anyone that's watching right now, welcome to the Triple Crown Puroresu Podcast. Very happy to be here. We missed the last few weeks, unfortunate situation with me, not going to go into it, but we're back now, and I just want to introduce the guys that join me every week, John, Bullard, and Ethan Black. How you guys doing today?
Hey, you know what? It's great to see your guys' faces again. It's felt like it's been forever, so. Yeah, doing good, man. I'm glad that you're back on your feet as well, Lewis. And I know, you had a lot going on, so I'm glad that you're back with us. And it's always good to see your wonderful face and also hear your great voice, my guy. Just know that you're loved, and
you're gonna make me blush, man.
Just know that you're loved, my friend, and everybody who knows what's going on is there to support you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. And Ethan, how you doing, man?
I'm tired. I work with. No, I'm joking. I'm just tired. But like,
you can just
working with these kids.
sign off and go to sleep if you want.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
like this song "Stained." It's been a while since we all been together.
Yeah.
No, it's actually about to sing that. Actually, it's
good,
been a while.
Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. But hey, I want to congratulate you, John. You officially joined the writing team at bodyslam.net. Great stuff, and you have a amazing interview up right now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that before we get into Sakura Genesis?
Got to interview a good friend of mine, Walker Stewart, the English commentating voice for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've been knowing Walker for a good while now, since he actually, almost like when he first started breaking into the business. And we've always wanted to work together. So we actually got to do a really cool project before the interview. Me and him actually are going to be doing English commentary for Puzzle out of Taiwan, which Puzzle is now like a dojo promotion that's ran by two extremely coolest guys in the world, who are two brothers, Battlefish and Warbear from Taiwan. And so they're bringing up the new generation of Taiwanese pro wrestlers that are going to be seen in Big Japan. They're going to be seen in New Japan. Both Big Japan and New Japan's been going to Taiwan a lot lately. So we're seeing this really great wrestling culture booming in Taiwan, because pro wrestling is still fresh in Taiwan. It's been around for a little while, but not to where it's at now. Now it's starting to get really popular with a lot of people. So yeah, we got to do commentary for Hideyoshi Kamitani and Sholo versus Aton and Willie from Puzzle. And after that, I was like, hey, you got time? You want to sit down and do an interview? And we sit down and did an interview, and it's on bodyslam.net.
Yeah.
Walker dropped a ton of amazing knowledge and information for a lot of people who are probably commentators, but also for wrestlers who are wanting to get the opportunity, or just wonder, like, hey, what does it take to go to New Japan? Check out that interview.
Yeah, great stuff, man. Good job, Ethan. You gotta join the writing team at bodyslam.net. You gotta move up in the world, man. You're wasting your time with that other website. I'm not going to say the name of it, but you're wasting.
Welcome to Weekly Lewis's no pun intended body slam on a couple weeks ago. It's Dragon Gate.
you plugged an interview. Is it okay if I plug an interview as well? Do you mind? Or?
It's your podcast.
No, it's our podcast. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, but you're like the face of the podcast. It's literally like the Lewis show.
Well,
we're just your goons there to take someone out. They don't.
It's Lewis. It's Lewis Goon. It's Lewis. It's Lewis Goon, not Suzuki Goon.
Lewis Goon, yeah, Carlan Goon. I got my interview back today from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Princess Champion Mia Watanabe interview will be up later today on bodyslam.net.
Nice.
God,
I was very happy to get that today. Very happy, and she gave nice answers. I read all the answers. There's nice long answers, not just one. Well, there's one where she just did one sentence, but they're nice. You guys will see it. I'm putting it up later. I'll put it up later. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to rush that up.
As an interviewer, you have to hate when you get like all these great questions, and then the answers literally are, "Yeah, I can't wait to fight them," and you're like, Thanks. That was a great
Or-
response.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Give
You want to give
me
me
an essay.
Yeah. I'd like 20 sentence a 20-sentence answer. Come on.
That's
But
what
yeah,
Walker
but
did.
that'll be up
I was,
later today. That'll
I
be
was
up
shocked by
later.
Walker's responses, Carlin. I gotta be honest with you because I was thinking like it's gonna be like 1 or 2 sentences, and he was like giving me like giant paragraphs.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
know.
like,
I was getting jealous. I was like,
wow.
wow, this guy's great to interview,
Yes.
man. They said
Man,
John hit the jackpot.
I love Walker, man. That I want to talk to him at the Chicago show coming up for Windy City Riot for New Japan, and I'm gonna see what his dates look like so we get him on the show with us because he's an early bird too. For
That'd be
most part.
great.
So
That'd be great. Well, why? How come he wasn't at Sakura Genesis? I was just curious about that.
you know that's a question I did not
He
ask
wrote
him
on his
that.
Twitter. I think something came up.
Yeah.
But speaking of Walker, and I'll get to Mayu in a sec because I want to talk about that Joshi match for a sec. And her stuff at GCW right quick. It's crazy how Walker's 21. Like I'm 27 and he's like 21. And he's been doing this a long time. I'm like, bro, you look like you're 30, but holy shit.
I'm 40 years old. I've been doing this for quite a long time, and I am blown away.
Wait, Walker Stewart is 21 years old.
He's the youngest broadcaster signed to a contract and right now in sports. He's the youngest broadcaster signed. Think about how nuts that is.
I had to look it up too because people were saying that, and I was like, he don't look 21. And no, he's 21.
he's 21 with a voice of God. Like when you listen to him talk, he's like, "Hello, everybody, I'm Walker Stewart," and instantly you're just
the
like,
radio voice. That's what I get. Like
bro,
the radio.
Yes, you know,
like,
and yeah, I'm with you on that, Ethan. Like first time I listened to him talk, I'm like, "How are you?" When I met him, he was like just turning 20. I was like, "How are you this young and you already have that stunning Lee Marshall voice?" Yeah, I don't think you guys remember WCW with Stunning Lee Marshall. He used to do AWA.
Him,
He was also Tony the Tiger. And that's
it's great.
Yeah, it's great, you know. But that's what Walker.
No, it's they're great, not it's great. I grew up at
it's great for now on there, Lewis. But that's what Walker reminds me of. He reminds me of a Lee Marshall because Lee Marshall has that velvety voice.
I want Frosted Flakes now. Thanks, guys. But the Mia want to know real quick that match from Grand Press at the D in March, that was excellent. Lewis, you were right about that one. And
that was the match of the weekend of last week. I'd say I said this could be the match of the weekend. It was fantastic.
And so they had GCW at the Collective this week, and they had a Tokyo Joe show Thursday, I believe. And she was coming in the ring singing, and she actually bumped the cameraman, and the lens came up, and she was like, "Whoops!" And she tried to pull it back.
I saw that clip, but she played it off like she meant to do that. It was
funny. She was singing, and I think the end of the microphone like hit the camera line, and she was like, "Whoops!"
Oops! They won't invite me back to the U.S. anymore now.
There goes that $3,000 camera.
Yeah, man.
But that it was nice though. Sorry, Lewis.
No, I says let's get into Sakura Genesis, man. I was gonna save Mio Watanabe's win for later on, but you know you jumped the gun there, Ethan, which is okay. No problem. But let's talk Sakura Genesis main event. Ethan, I know you were anxious to talk about the main event. You were talking about it before we went live. So what'd you think of the main event?
This main event ruled. Tsuji's a star. I wish he won the title, but I kind of got why Naito retained. I think honestly, if he didn't have that title match, spoiler, with Moxley at Windy City Riot, I think Tsuji would have won this, honestly. To be honest with you, Naito and Moxley doesn't really need the title. That's a hot take if people want to think that. But, I mean, it's two big stars, and Tsuji's just incredible. Now let's get him winning G1 this year.
Absolutely, man. Great match. Really enjoyed it. And you're right with Moxley being on the card and Moxley winning. He tapped out. No, he pinned
Ren Narita.
Ren Narita. He pinned Ren Narita. You kind of knew, okay, Naito's going to win. Moxley's going to come down, challenge him for the belt, and that's what's going to happen next week. So it kind of gave away the ending there a little bit, I think. Mm-hmm. But I was rooting for Tsuji. I was on my feet. I wanted Tsuji to win so bad. You know, I think he's going to make all the New Japan Pro Wrestling fans forget about Kazuchika Okada. That's how good I think he's going. I think he became a megastar on Saturday. What about excuse me? What about you, John?
Yeah, I was kind of rooting for Tsuji as well. Ever since I first seen Tsuji come into the scene for New Japan Pro Wrestling, as you guys have seen from our conversations, I'm a firm believer this guy is like the next megastar. Like he has all the makings of being the guy that will sell out Tokyo Dome shows. He's the guy that you could base a company around. He's young. He has that rock star look to him. He carries himself very well in interviews, and also the way that he wrestles. I mean, he go in there and hang with the likes of Tanahashi and Naito, and you know him and Yuya Uemura had that banger of a match for the hair versus hair that they had, and he's just one of those guys. He's just one of those guys that, as a promoter, he's like a dream come true. That's like the guy that you're looking at. Go, yeah, man, we're going to sell out shows because of that guy alone.
Yeah.
So him not getting the win on Naito, I don't think it's a step back for Tsuji. I think it's just that build up now where Tsuji's going to have to climb the mountain to finally get that big championship win, and I can see it.
No, I agree with you 100%. He's definitely going to be the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. I say within the next year and a half.
Yeah, just a matter of time. Just a matter of time, Lewis. Absolutely.
There's just something about him. Just his look. You could just see. There's just something about him that this guy's a superstar. This guy's a megastar. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You gonna say something?
No. I was about to say it's that aura.
Oh yeah.
And only a few wrestlers have that. There's guys that look great, and then there's guys who just they walk into a room and you're instantly like, I don't know who he is, but I now need to know everything about that guy. Tsuji's one of those guys who walk into a room. You don't even have to know he's a professional wrestler. He just walks in, you instantly go like, okay, who is that dude? Like that guy does not look like the average wrestler or the average, human being walking amongst us. So yeah, he's got that presence, man. And with presentation, you have it or you don't. There's some guys who are fantastic wrestlers, but their presentation is not really there. And there's guys that are fantastic wrestlers with the presentation. And that's Tsuji.
He's that guy. He is definitely. Who do you think after him? Who do you think's the next guy? Yuya Uemura, Ren Narita. There's something about Shota Umino that I think he's missing. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but there's just something about him. I don't know. There's just something seems to be missing with Shota Umino. Do you guys see that as well?
Do you think he's trying to find himself?
I know that
he did a promo not too long ago when he took a loss. He was like in tears and he was talking about trying to find himself and
like I think was it the New Japan Cup where maybe that's what you're talking about. He posted a video on Twitter X of him just openly crying, losing the New Japan. I think it was the New Japan Cup. But maybe he's trying to find himself. I know he had the long hair. He cut his hair. I think he dyed his hair blonde now. So I think he's, I don't know, there's something just not there just yet. Maybe he's trying to find himself.
I think it's Yuya Uemura, honestly. Well, I mean, speaking of Uemura, he already challenged for 2 titles already at Sakura Genesis.
Yeah, I think he wants the shot at the KOPW title as well.
And the tag titles.
Was that?
In the tag titles.
And the tag titles, yeah. But yeah, he's a great talent. I think when he was with Impact, I don't think Impact used him the right way. I think we've talked about this already. But he's proven that he could be a top star. I liked Ren Narita, but I don't like Ren Narita in House of Torture. And I think you agree with me there on Ethan.
You're goddamn right, Lewis. I do.
You're goddamn right. Ethan getting serious though. You're goddamn right, Lewis. You're goddamn right.
I'm gonna hear it.
It's good shit, pal.
Starts turning over tables and stuff. Gets up and starts screaming, goes outside. But I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. The never openweight title. Shingo Takagi defeats Evil to become the new never openweight champion. We saw House of Torture shenanigans once again, which kind of annoys me at this point. But Ethan, what do you think of that match?
Sucked.
I don't know if it sucked. I thought it was good. It just kind of Maru pretending to be the referee was kind of stupid. But I didn't think it sucked. I think it was okay. What do you think sucked about it?
It's just House of Torture. It's just evil.
The match itself wasn't that bad. I just don't like all because sooner or later House of Torture members are going to come out. They're going to interfere in the match. It just gets tiresome watching that all the time. It's kind of like Toriano always taking the the turnbuckle pads off. Enough with that already. That's tiresome. But yeah, I don't think the match was bad. I didn't think it sucked, I should say. It wasn't great, but it didn't suck. That's what I'll say.
I'm just glad Shingo got the title off of him, and now I can't wait for him and Gabe Kidd 3. I think this is, and Gabe Kidd kind of promo was so, oh my god, that was great.
I don't know, man. I just, anyone could curse, right? Anybody could just curse.
Yeah.
Well, he was taking a shot. Yeah, true. He was taking shots at
Yeah,
oh my god,
he's trying to be like a loose cannon or something, but it didn't impress me that much. I don't know. What John? Did you see Gabe Kidd's promo?
Yeah, I think Gabe's pretty solid talent. And
Yeah,
stuff.
no, he's a great talent. Just the promo. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, if every promo is just a bunch of F-bombs, does the promo really have any like major, like feel? Because like once you see it once, it's like, oh, okay, no, this is this shit.
Yeah.
This is going to curse like a drunk sailor at a Navy seaport on a weekend.
He does need to calm it down on the swearing. Like,
yeah, I mean, enough with the cursing, man.
it's just like what? Oh, sorry, John. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, no. All I was about to say is I'm actually happy for Shingo. I've been a Shingo fan since Dragon Gate days when he was a young boy. So seeing him come up through the ranks and seeing where he's at now, freaking awesome, man. Such a cool guy too.
Yeah, like the Gabe Kidd, like I do like him, don't get me wrong, but like I thought during the G1 where he was trying to like, I get you're trying to get ahead of your like beat them, but like it got tired kind of quickly. Like for all of his G1 matches, just like, okay, I'm gonna go high. There you are, and it like attacks someone's like, bro, can you like change this match up a little bit? Like it feels like I'm, but like the cursing, like I get like New Japan don't really care about this because they're not on TV technically. Well, it's Samurai, but like here it's like New Japan World. But it's like, dude, like he's walking around like his eyes are like wide. I'm like, bro, like did you like chug like 5 energy drinks before you came on this promo? Like my god. But he needs to tone it down a little bit. But I still like Kid, don't get me wrong, but he just needs to calm down with the swearing and like the other stuff. It's just like, bro, like no one's gonna take you seriously now.
Yeah, I mean, was it the G1 last year where he dove over the table to attack Kaito Kiyomiya? That was the G1 that was great stuff. I love that. But if you just grab the microphone and say F this, F that, I'm going to bring F and respect back to the New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Something about kissing ass to Tanahashi and TK. Yeah. It's like, dude, come on. We already see AEW taking off shots. We don't need more company cheap shots.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think New Japan's lost any respect, but yeah,
no.
I don't see how he's going to restore respect, but I don't know. Just wasn't a huge fan of the promo. He's intense. He's a great talent. Just wasn't a huge fan of the promo. And poor Yo, man, 96 seconds into the match, dislocates his shoulder.
Yeah.
On a sliding draw kick, like he slid, and then and then he like was like, oh, and then like the next clip move, he's like, shit.
I know, I saw that. He looked pissed. But yeah, I mean, I think he was supposed to win that match, to be honest. I think he was supposed to win the title. But yeah, I hope it's. Do you think he'll make the Super Junior?
He is in the Super Junior.
He is in the Super Junior, but he's got a dislocated shoulder. I'm like, do you think he's going to make it to the Super Juniors? I
think he will. If it's only like a pop shoulder, I think he'll make it. If not, he'll find a way.
And dislocated shoulder is not. I mean, I hate to say this, it's not like a big deal. It's something that could be fixed, and you could go back to work with it. I actually have done the same thing myself when I wrestled. You know, it's easy to pop that shoulder out of place.
Put like some medical tape on or something. He'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're right. Ray Saito was back in like what, 2-3 weeks from this dislocated
something
shoulder?
Like that. Yeah, month, maybe at the most.
Yeah, I'm looking at my results from that I put up on Body Slam. I did a horrible job at editing. I did it really fast yesterday. I'll have to fix that. But I have here Kento. I have Kenta and Chase Owens versus Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi defeated Kenta and Chase Owens.
I done that, so I can't. That's how
I'll have to fix that. But what do you think of the tag team match? I think it was quite obvious that Goto and Hashi were going to win. They were going to get the belts back.
Well, because like they beat them in the New Japan Cup, everybody pretty much knew like, oh yeah, they're good. Like I like Bitchmon, but they don't really need titles. I'm just glad they're off Kenta and Chase Owens. But it was funny. Kenta was in the States for WrestleMania week, and he just got back like 30 minutes for their match. And someone coming to the curtain, he's like, he's back. He got back 30 minutes ago. But honestly, this match wasn't too. It was okay. It was just there for me. Like, it was just. It's one of those matches you just watch once and you kind of forget about it.
Yeah, you don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
What about the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Title match? That was fantastic.
That's my second.
Kevin Knight is such an amazing athlete, man.
Man, he is. I got to watch him in TNA.
Oh my God, yes.
Just to watch him wrestle live, and also get to meet him when I was working at an event. Just meeting him backstage and talking to him. Nicest guy you could ever talk to. Like, no ego. Like, he's one of those guys. He knows he's good, but he doesn't let it go to his head. Like, yeah, he's just like, man, I'm blessed with gifts, and Kevin's the real deal. He's going to be a mega star, in my opinion. He's got a great look, he's got presentation, and he can wrestle.
Future junior champ in the next year or two.
Amen, dude. I agree with that 110%. He's a gaijin that can carry that title for New Japan and make it look $1 million.
This might be sorry, Lewis. His draw kicks remind me of Lane Storm's.
Yes.
The height he gets on those drop kicks are insane, man. It's like I think he could probably drop kick over the top of somebody. Like he could probably hit like Andre the I don't want to say Andre. He could probably hit the Big Show or El Gigante in the head with a drop kick, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, you get him high, get a extra triple and just be safe. But that was my second favorite match of the night. It's under the world title.
Under the world title. Okay, yeah, that was like the last 5 minutes of that match was just so freaking intense, man.
Maloney's a beast, man.
What's that?
Drilla Maloney's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is quite a beast. I like Callum Newman though. I think that guy's got some talent.
Apparently, he's a heavyweight, according to Chris Charlton.
Well, that's right. He's not in the Super Junior either.
I'm shocked. Well, I'll be honest. Like, we'll talk about the Super Juniors in a sec. I was actually shocked. He said because I think the World 2 show. I think Charlton said because everybody was asked is Callum a junior? Because when he came in, they didn't say if he was a heavyweight or junior or open weight. But Charlton said, I guess he's over the 220 weight limit. I'm
he's open weight.
Yeah, he's heavyweight, but more like Johnson open weight side. I wish he was in Super Juniors, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's a terrific. He had a match recently. Wasn't with Ospreay, was it? No, he had a terrific. I can't remember who his match.
He had a match with Ishii back at the Road to Tokyo Dome in December. Did he had one with Mikey Nichols?
Yeah, that's one of those matches where I was like, wow, this guy is fantastic, man.
One of the New Japan Cup shows, I forget which one it was, but him and Mikey Nichols had a sing. That one was actually really enjoyable, actually.
Yeah, man. Oh, I meant to say, did anybody watch the GHC tag team title match that was on? It was streaming on YouTube.
Not yet, but you can spoil it.
Can I spoil it? I watched it. Can I tell you who won?
Yes, tell us.
You want to try to guess who won?
Keito Oiwa, because he got screwed over last time because of injury.
Yeah, well, the winners of the match and still GHC tag team champions, Jack Morris, Anthony Green. Jack, there's no reaction from either of you guys. You're like, what? I was surprised too, but Jack Morris pinned Oiwa to retain the title first. But then Hayata came in the ring and they took Hayata out because he's got the next shot at the national title.
I think he takes it there.
Yeah, so do I. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back to anything else, Sakura Genesis, you want to talk about, or should we go to Super Junior?
Let's go Super Junior.
Okay, let me pull up the article here. Super Junior, yeah. So that's let me pull up my Super Junior article here before. Don't tell me I didn't. Oh, there it is. So yeah, so we got 20 wrestlers in this year's Super Junior. Who do you think is going to win it? Who do you think's the favorite to win it?
I got 3. I'm just going to list them. Hiromu, even though I don't really want him to, but if I'm picking favorite, him, Desperado, he finally needs one, and shit. Can you name off the list, Lewis? Then I'll give you my third because I can't remember.
Ryusuke Taguchi, El Desperado, Kevin Knight, Hiromu Takahashi, Bushi, Titan, TJP, Francisco Akira, Doki, Robbie Eagles, Taji Ishimori, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Sho, Clark Connors, Drilla Maloney, Kosei Fujita, Blake Christian, Ninja Mac, and Hayata.
Third, I'm gonna go with Robbie Eagles, but I will mention I could see Ninja Mac getting pretty far.
What about giving Fujita a push? I know I think he got the biggest pop when they announced him.
And Vegeta, yeah, I can see him, but I think they still count him as a young line. But I actually hope he gets like 8 to 12 points. Honestly,
Do you think he's still a young lion, or is he? He's technically on excursion, isn't he?
technically, yeah, but they didn't fully officially say it. But I don't think he's a young one. But some people are saying that. But
Okay.
it's like, but I
you
think he'll get pretty far to Super Juniors.
I
Yeah.
think this might be the year that El Desperado wins it.
God, I hope so.
I'm a huge El Desperado fan.
You
Such a cool
desperado,
dude.
Mark.
Any chance Ninja Mac or Hayata walk out as the winners, or no chance at all?
No chance, honestly. Well, Ninja Mac is the hardcore champ for Noah, but I can see him getting like maybe 8 to 10 points. Hayata
Okay.
probably the same, but I don't see them getting. I don't know if they're doing. I don't think they're doing final. It's weird. They mostly do the finals like before Dominion, and then you challenge the champion. Then, but this year they're actually doing the finals at Dominion, which I found that was pretty interesting.
What about Francesco Akira? I always thought he was going to get a big push when he came in, like going to be like the next Will Ospreay. But I don't know. Do you think he? How far do you think he goes in the tournament?
I think they're. Are they doing semifinals this year for Super Juniors? I think they said they were. I gotta look that up now.
So you think? So you're going with? You said Robbie Eagles. You going with?
Yeah, if I had to pick my top 3, I'm gonna go with Eagles, Hiromu, and Desperado. But I'll match it's Vegeta and
I don't
Ninja
think
Mac.
Hiromu's going to win again. I think it's time for some. I think Takahashi wants to move the heavyweight from what I was reading. So I don't know if he's going to. I'm going to go with Kosei Fujita. I think he's going to win it. I think he's going to win it. I think they're gonna push him. I think he's going to win it. That's who I'm going with. Either him or I'm going to go with. Yeah, I'd have to go Desperado, El Desperado, Desperado or Kosei Fujita. What about yourself, John? Who do you think, man?
Honestly, I see this being the year for El Desperado, where he's been like a runner-up twice. I just feel like sometimes it's that story where it's like, okay, this guy got close 2 times already. I can see third time being the charm. I think he'll do really good. I like to see Kevin Knight do really well in the tournament. I think Yo will have a killer scene with it as well too. But honestly, I'm rooting for El Desperado. But you also got some really good competition in this tournament too, like Ninja Mac. You have TJP, and TJ Perkins is a phenomenal junior heavyweight. Titan from CMLL,
Yeah.
which has been one of Mexico's greatest high flyers. But I do think that this is the year that El Desperado pulls off the big win for the tournament and really stick his claim.
All right, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Is there one match that you're looking forward to the month? Did we lose Ethan? Is he
No,
gone?
I'm sorry. No, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I thought you. I thought you had gotten up and walked away. I
No, I'm
realized
sorry.
your
No,
head was
they are doing semifinals again this year. They're doing it at the Corkin Hall before Dominion. So
okay. I was like, did we piss Ethan off? Did he walk?
no,
I
no,
was like, God damn it, El Desperado, no way! And he walks off.
no. I did see Desperado winning, but I could see Vegeta actually getting that shocking win somehow.
Yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. So, I'm sorry. When it starts in May, right? Next month.
May it starts in May. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll look at. I'm waiting for them to announce the G1 competitors. Got my fingers crossed for Josh Alexander. Hopefully he'll
Please,
be.
brother. So the Super Junior starts on May 11th, and then the follows at Dominion June 9th.
All right, man. And I know you guys want to talk about WrestleMania, so I'm gonna ask a question that I think kind of leads into WrestleMania. Julia was at was it NXT?
Yeah,
The NXT show?
NXT. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she's obviously going to WWE then. I think it's safe to say, right?
She has
Pretty
a
safe to say.
She's got the Triple H picture, so obviously probably that means you're going to WWE.
I wonder if that's going to affect her Noah appearance that's for on May 4th.
Well, the rumor going around is like, excuse me, she wants to help Rossy God to like get his promotion running first before going over to WWE. So I can see her finish up her Japan stuff before going over to do.
Okay.
So I could probably see it being like summertime, probably maybe early fall.
Okay.
But the rumors are pretty because she was there on Sandler before the women's title match. I was so happy. I was like, yes, Julia's there. Let's go. And Rossy Ogal was there too. He was funny. He's
Did
just sitting
Julia
there.
get a good ovation from the crowd?
She did. She did actually. Everybody, like, you're in Philadelphia, one of the wrestling places. So yeah, hopefully. But no, and also she did get a reaction though. That was actually pretty good. I was kind of worried. I was like, uh-oh. Like, are they gonna get a few people or no? But the Wells Fargo Center was pretty hyped for her. Regal was in the crowd with them, so
Who was in the crowd?
William Regal. He was just in there with them. Bless you.
No, I know it's clearing my throat. So.
Oh, sorry. I thought you sneezed. But no, she got a good reaction though for Stand Deliver.
All right, cool. I heard the crowd wasn't that good. It was kind of quiet for WrestleMania. Is that true or no?
They were loud.
They were loud. It was
I
cold.
was reading on X Day that the crowd was very quiet. They weren't loud at all. But I didn't see it, so that's why I'm asking that.
Well, it's an open air stadium, so it's probably like the echo, where it's like.
Sometimes those big stadium shows are hard to hear the crowd, honestly, because they're so far away from the ring, even though sometimes you think they're right up on, but they're not really. And
I had
like what 73,000 people, so
yeah,
that was pretty loud. I know that main event was loud, like they were into it. So
all right,
I have friends who went there. They said it was pretty loud.
So how was the show? I know. I think you posted on Facebook that it was a solid show, or I think in our chat you said it was solid, John.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was really good.
Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch had a classic.
That was great.
Give Becky credit; she was sick, like very sick.
102, I think they said.
Man, yeah, most people would be like, "I'm staying home," and she was like, "You know what? Let's go out there and open the show and give them a banger." And man, they delivered.
Motion Life was there. I was happy. I was like, "Yes, let's go."
Becky's a legend, future legend, Hall of Famer without a doubt. Rhea Ripley's a superstar. I'll say that right now. She's the most over woman wrestler I've ever seen in my entire life being involved in professional wrestling. I have never seen a woman captivate an audience just with her presence just walking out there. She has something that is, once again, like we talked about Suji, same with Rhea Ripley. Like she walks in the room, you're like, I don't know who she is, but I want to get to know her right now because she's got this really cool aura and presence to her, and she's a rock star.
All right, so we're I think we'll all agree that WrestleMania was the second best show on April 6th then, right? So Sakura Genesis was the best.
Great.
The Gunther, before we move on back to other stuff, that Gunther Sami Zayn match, that was my match of the night. Honestly, the women's world title match is like 1B second, but that was like Sami Zayn had like always the Rocky, but I like how like his wife was hyping him up, and then Gable was hyping him up, and then Kevin Owens, his best friend's like, he just slapped him across the face, like, go get him. I'm like, yeah, that's what good friends are for. Like he hugged him and then slapped him. I'm like, Jesus, did he piss you off? And I was like, oh no, it's a good slap, friendly slap. I love you, slap. But I was shocked though because I was doing prediction I was like, oh, Gunther's retaining, like you're not taking it off him. No.
But now it's the build up though. Now it's going to be the build up for Gunther to go become the world champion. So my prediction on this one, Cody finds a way to get the victory over Roman. I guarantee it'd be Gunther be the one destroying his dream and his hopes and everything before we know it. And it'll be like the title reign of Gunther. I have a strong feeling on that.
All right, we'll see what happens.
He's too good to be a mid-card guy. Gunther's a main event guy all day long.
If Gunther wasn't in WWE, I could see him do some New Japan stuff like a G1 and stuff.
Yep.
Fucking put him in Big Japan. Put him with Sakamoto.
The thing was, though, he actually did wrestle for Big Japan way back in his WXW days.
Holy shit. This stuff we know every day.
Yeah, he did. He actually speaks very highly of Big Japan from his experiences there. He was treated very well. So, oh yeah. Walter he's a BJW alumni.
That's right. His name used to be Walter, right? Just Walter.
Yeah, they changed it to Gunther for WWE purposes.
Yeah, in 20 20, like he beat Brock Strong, and then he's like, "My name is now Gunther," and everybody like freaked right out because he was like, "No," because like it was something about like a. If you've seen the stories, you know I'm not gonna get into it out of respect, but basically, if you know why people freaked out. But and then at first I refused to call him. I'm like, I'm calling you Walter. That's all I know you. And I'm like, screw it, I can't fight this anymore. I'm just gonna call you Gunther.
Yeah.
It's always one word names, but you ever notice that? For Walter / Gunther, it's always one. It says for when he was first called Big Daddy Walter.
Yeah, Big Daddy Walter, when he was first wrestling in Germany, he weighed like 340 pounds. He was like very overweight when he first started. When you see the progression,
Holy
progress
shit.
of pictures of him when he first started out compared to now, bro, that is a man who got dedicated to the gym life.
100%.
Well, he's got Ludwig Kaiser with him, so
Yeah, another phenomenal second generation wrestler. Like that whole Imperium group is like the most talented group of wrestlers. I feel bad for the guy who's from Italy that's part of that group.
Giovanni Vinci.
Dude, he is. People talk about Claudio Castiglione. Giovanni is right there with Claudio as being like that guy that can wrestle every style. He's good. He's superhuman strength. Like it's crazy how strong he is. Like he's one of those guys. Like I'm just looking and go like, why is he not being like presented like a real main event threat type wrestler? Because he's that good.
I remember when I first seen him at Cruiserweight Classic. He was known as Fabian Eigner or something like that.
Fabian, yeah.
Yeah, I was like he didn't look like Cruiserweight, but like he could still like Joe Maloney. I was like, holy shit, I gotta go. And then now, like you said, Joe, like he's one period. And I remember they broke him up for a bit, and then he went to jail. I'm like, he was doing like that Gucci like fashion gimmick. I'm like, please put him back. And then Triple H took over, and they're like, yeah, you're going back on Imperium. I'm like, thank you.
I will say this: I love the Triple H era of WWE because he's making the word pro wrestling normal again for that company. Where back then everybody's like, oh, it's sports entertainment. I love Paul Heyman's speech when Paul Heyman's like, oh my. And he stopped. He's like, no, professional wrestling. And the crowd like, yeah, that's what we are.
The Hall of Fame speech. I like that. Honestly, I liked Paul Heyman. I love how they put him on first, by the way. And then they put Bull Nakano. Japan wrestling. I was happy. I'm like, yeah, Bull Nakano, let's go.
Bull Nakano deserves her flowers. And what an emotional, beautiful speech that she gave to the crowd too. It's like that's a woman. People, for a lot of wrestling fans who are so young, and I guess that happened at her speech. That there were some young wrestling fans that didn't really understand the importance of her.
Yeah.
But what they have to understand is, without Bull Nakano, there's no Asuka. Without Bull Nakano, there's no Rhea Ripley.
That's what she did in the video package too. Like Asuka, Carson, Io.
Both those women base their imagery a lot off of Bull Nakano. And Bull Nakano, Alundra Blaze, Medusa. You talk about revolutionary style, 1990s for American television for women wrestling. Those two were bringing Japanese Joshi style right onto national television. And
I love the Tokyo Dome, how they aired the Tokyo Dome for the women's title. That was pretty badass.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, all in all, Lewis, I thought WrestleMania Night 1 was really good. I enjoyed it. People didn't like the Uso brothers match, and I get it. It is probably
I'm guilty of match. Like it was fine for me. Like a lot of people were like oh, this is like garbage. I'm like, I don't think it was garbage. Like it was just there for me. Like it's just whatever. Like I'm not. If I had to give like out of 10, I'd say like 5 maybe out of 10. I would have Brett still the best brother match in WrestleMania history.
No, so that's Brett and Owen.
Yeah, it's Brett and Owen.
Yeah, Brett and Owen.
It's Brett and Owen, but yeah.
All right. Okay. Have we gotten the WrestleMania out of our systems?
Yes, we can tell all Japan now, Lewis.
You got this, Lewis.
Got the WrestleMania talk out of our system. I'm sorry, I'm just not into the WWE, so I apologize. I couldn't offer my insight.
No, that's fine.
But I do have a question. What's next for Katsuhiko Nakajima? What's next for him? He's no longer with All Japan Pro Wrestling. Says he's not going back to Pro Wrestling Noah. Well, where does he end up? New Japan Pro Wrestling in the States? What do you think? I
could see him doing some like people were talking about like, oh, he might go to NXT, but honestly, I don't see him at like WWE/NXT People say AEW, but honestly, AEW is way too fucking crowded right now.
Way too
Our-
crowded.
It's a Gabe Kidd. Is that Gabe Kidd? Is that Gabe Kidd? Oh no, that's Ethan. Okay, go ahead. He cursed.
I cursed. Hey, now at least it wasn't every second or third word.
I don't know why I would lift my glasses up. It's better with my glasses. I'm like, is that Gabe Kidd? I can't see, but it's even worse now. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, but I just don't see him in AEW. I could see him in New Japan, honestly, or I know John's here, but I'll just say Big Japan.
I think with him though, I could see him probably going to WWE, or here's another company that gets slept on a lot, TNA.
Ooh,
I can see him going to TNA because TNA's been signing a lot of wrestlers lately to contracts.
they have.
So
him and Alexander again.
Yeah, Alexander Hammerstone was signed.
John Gresham.
Jonathan Gresham. Yeah, like they're making moves to keep some pretty major players around, and I can see Nakajima excelling in TNA wrestling.
Actually, yeah, screw that. Let's put him in TNA. Honestly, I can see it. Like him and Josh Alexander again, that'd be great. Him and Jonathan Gresham, Hammerstone would be great.
Him versus Nick Namath.
Yes, sign me up. Him and Mike Bailey.
How long is Namath with TNA? Do you know?
Couple months, not
Because
super
they
long.
seem like they're rushing him. He's already got a title shot already. So I think they're rushing him along. It seems like.
Yeah, he's getting a title match at Rebellion on 420. Ironically.
Well, he deserves. I mean, he's Nick Namath. He deserves a title shot. But
Yeah.
He's being rushed because maybe he doesn't have too much time with TNA. That's what.
Well, he's the
I
other
don't
Jimmy
know.
Global champion. He's got Ishii at Wendy C. Right. So
Yeah.
Is that for the title or no?
no, non-title.
Okay.
I'm actually excited for Nick's independent freedom run of shows that he's doing because that guy has been so good for so long. He's like the closest thing we get to a Kurt Hennig in this
Thank you.
generation. He's
Closest thing to what? I'm sorry.
Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just the way he bumps, the way he sells, the way his facial expressions are, that he's almost impossible for that man to have a bad match. Like if it is, it's not on him. It's
No.
like the opponent that screwed up. That dude is a work rate machine.
Yeah.
You're always going to have a good night with him in the ring, and he's super safe. So like you can't. He's like the perfect. Why WWE let him go? Mind boggles me. It's like he's the perfect employee. Why would you let that guy go?
So he was released outright from the WWE, or
Yeah.
his contract was up?
No, he was released.
Oh, that's stupid. Why would they? That's ridiculous.
Budget cuts, bro. Budget cuts.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was more of a McMahon move. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That was a Vince BS ordeal.
I'm sure Triple H would love to have him back though, because he.
And then,
That will happen.
Nick never reminds me of like if Mr. Perfect and Shawn Michaels had a love child.
Yep.
I mean, am I
Dude.
wrong?
Dude, if I was a multi-billionaire corporation style promoter, the minute that he got released, he's like, "Well, it's free to go anywhere, bro. I'm calling you right now. Let's dance." Because like
He was tough all Lee's and I won too. I was like,
Yeah, that's a guy that you can make a main eventer night one.
him and Mike Bailey had a good match at Bloodsport. Nemeth. That was
Yeah.
actually really enjoyable.
Mike Bailey's another one, man, that is so good. Speedball, Canadian boy, from Quebec. But I mean, holy crap, man. Like, you talk about a guy who's another one where I'm like, why is he not in the major two companies? But I'm glad he's with TNA because TNA knows how to showcase him. But yeah. Of course, Mike's known for his time in Japan too. So
DDT and stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm surprised he's not in the Super Juniors this year. I thought he was
Same.
a shoe-in.
Same.
I thought he was a shoe-in to be in the.
Well, he was in the semifinals last year.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they didn't bring because I know mostly like if you do like super well, like if you get like some or like finals well, mostly you bring them back. Like Teton, he was the runner-up last year. And
Like
he's back
instead
there.
of Taguchi, they should just bring back Mike Bailey.
Yes, there's a few people I'd take off that list. And
Yeah, Taguchi 100%. I'd take him off. I would replace him with Mike Bailey or I was thinking of a guy. Who was I thinking of before? In Noah. Junta. I would put in Junta Miyawaki. I like Junta Miyawaki. Okay, no, don't get upset, Ethan. I like Junta. I like Junta.
No, he would have been good, honestly. Remember
Or even like you, Awada would have been. That would have been good for him.
or the returning Amakusa.
Yeah, when's he coming back, by the way? Do you know?
No.
Okay.
I have no idea. Like, he basically got injured and, like, disappeared. Haven't seen him since.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Well, I'm sure he's recovering and he'll be back. Or even Seiki Yoshioka. That guy's a great talent. I know wrestling's not full time anymore for him, but he's doing great work in All Japan Pro Wrestling when he's on the shows.
He's a 0-1 junior champion too. So
okay, I did not know that. So I'm glad we have you with us today, Ethan. I'm glad we have you every week. Actually, I'm sorry, but yeah. So I'm sorry. He's what champion? The Series 1.
0-1 international junior and junior heavyweight champions.
Oh. Isn't that 0-1 is the one that's they have the AWA world title, right?
Yeah. That's because like so in Wrestle Universe they got the real 0-1. That's like Manasa Tanaka and Chris Weiss's group.
Okay.
Yeah, and Saito won his first singles title defeating Chris Weiss. I was like, and I didn't even see the AWA logo. I actually told Lewis post that picture. I was like, AWA. I actually had to zoom, and I'm like, oh shit, that's
yeah,
it.
I know. You can see right away. It was the AWA title.
The backstory to that actually.
You're up, John.
There was the Del Gagne guy. I don't know if you remember when Del Gagne was trying to bring back it's like the NWA, but it was for AWA affiliates.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm I was part of the office with Greg and Vern, and you find out it wasn't. But that's a story for another day. Well, anyway, 0-1 was like, hey, we'll be affiliates because this is when they left the NWA. So they became affiliates with this whole Americanized branch of the AWA. And so that title belt got presented to them in Japan, and they've literally kept that belt. So that's just one of those things where it's like, okay, we know this isn't like the AWA, but we're just going to use it because it's a title belt that's in our possession, so let's use it. That's kind of like the whole backstory with it.
Why don't they just get their own belt? I mean, it's a promotion. I'm sure they could. I mean, if indie promotions, small indie promotions in Nova Scotia could afford their own title, I'm sure 0-1 could afford their own title.
0-1 had their own belts too, but what it is, it's more of I don't want to say like a Japanese mentality, but it's the mentality of our champion's good enough to win belts in other companies or other promotional titles. So our guys are belt collectors for other promotions, but they carry the belts here. It's kind of like that style of wrestling.
Well, I was reading that Greg Gagne might challenge for that title. Greg Gagne, Larry Zbyszko wants his belt back. Actually.
Oh yeah, that was a great. Me and Lewis just kept going.
Bruiser and Crusher are coming for Saito. They want that belt. Mad Dog Bashan, look out, Saito.
Crusher and his beer kegs and his broads and the bratwurst.
His walker just walks with his walker. Pulls on with the walker.
You guys ever go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin? By the way, there is the Crusher statue there in the middle of the town. It's actually
he's got a statue. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, well, the Crusher's like the most famous wrestler in the state of Wisconsin. So yeah, they had the Crusher Day festival type ceremony, and they unveiled the big statue in town. It's cool, man.
They actually have a Crusher Day festival.
They had a big celebration. It was like, if I remember this correctly, it was supposed to be like on his anniversary or his date of birth, passing, wherever it was. So they were like, you know what? He's Milwaukee's most beloved wrestler. He's probably the guy who put Wisconsin wrestling on the map for who he was. And of course, everybody remembers the Crusher and the Bruiser as a tag team for WWA. So yeah, there is. You can look it up. Type in the Crusher statue, Wisconsin, and you'll see it just him holding a giant like beer keg in his arm, and it's like it's cool sell, man.
I'll have to check it out, man. Well, he's coming for that AWA title, man. What else we got going on? Oh, we got to talk about champion. Before we go into that, do you have any Big Japan wrestling news that you want to talk about?
Yeah, actually.
Go. Why don't you go, and then we can go into Japan.
The month of April is going to be a busy month for Big Japan Pro Wrestling. They just actually had an event last night. Went very well. Upcoming shows that they got on 4/10, we got the first ring there in Shakipa. That's going to be a really good show. Then they got the standard Big B event on 4/13. 414, it's the second night of the Standard Big B show. Then 415, Blow of the Night 2024. The 414 show I'm actually interested in. It's actually supposed to be Suji Ishikawa versus Hideyoshi Kamatani for the Deathmatch Championship. But the big event that's coming up for 5/4/24, it's the Yokohama Budokan show, where your boy Yuya Aoki will be defending the Strong Championship against Daishe Hashimoto. And of course, Hashimoto is the son of Shinya Hashimoto, the legend of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And of course, he's a multi-time former Strong champion himself. And I believe this is the first time ever Yuya and Daishe actually had a one-on-one match. So this has a lot of big fight feel, to the point when they had a press conference, Hashimoto actually no-showed the press conference because he's playing mind games with Yuya, and is like, no, I'm not going to be in his presence until the show. Until we actually get in the ring together, then he's going to see me. Then it's like, yeah, like Big Japan's being smart with this. They're like, we're going to build this up. This is a big fight, Phil, because Hashimoto, in my opinion, you know, he could have took the easiest route. Yeah, my dad's a legend. My dad's part of the legendary Three Musketeer fame of Japanese pro wrestling with, you know, Shinya and Masahiro Chano and of course Great Muda when he was Ginji Muto. But his son didn't want to go that route. His son's like, you know what, I'm going to create my own legacy. I want to do things my own way. And, you know, he became a freelancer. And Big Japan was like a perfect home for him, because it's like, when he came to work for them is right when they started the whole Strong division. When Sekimoto presented that to Tosaka, I was like, all right, we got great death matches. We got pretty solid junior heavyweights. But let me run the dojo. Let me foster this new generation of Kings Road, Strong Style-S type wrestlers. So we can show that Big Japan's more than just deathmatch. And it's really, to me, helped elevate the company. And Hashimoto joined, and he became a star, like, real quick, because he's good. And now Yuya, in my opinion, who's having a great title reign, in my opinion. He's been a fighting champion, defending champion. I think it's his, there's going to be title defense number 9, I believe. Number 9 or number 10 for him.
9 or 10, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so he's been a fighting champion, and he's every one of his title matches have been really good. So I'm excited to see Hashimoto versus Yuya. You know, they're on at the Budokan show, because that's going to be a big deal. You know, it's the biggest event of the year for Big Japan, and I know they're going to pull out all stops to have like a major league card. And of course, we're also part of the All Together event with New Japan and Noah. And of course, we have the Sekimoto teaming up with Ishii, and that match alone just four big men beating the living hell out of each other. And it's going to be the match I'm looking forward to the most, because it's just, I love a good hoss fight, and all 4 of those guys are just beasts in the ring. So yeah, I know a lot of good things are going on with Big Japan. Enter Kara. I think Kara has been an amazing Super Junior style wrestler. I'm kind of surprised he's not in the Best of Super Junior tournament. Hopefully by next year they'll give him a shot, because I think he's definitely earned it. Seki Fudo, to a lot of people, the ace of Strong J in Big Japan. They're scheduled to have their match up as well, and that's going to be a really good big fight, Phil, between those 2 junior heavyweights. So yeah, there's a lot of good things going on in Big Japan, some good build up, and of course, we're also, I think this month alone, if I'm correct. Let me take a look here, scrolling through. I know, no, it's next month, I believe. It's actually going to be Ryuji Ito's 25th wrestling anniversary.
Okay.
So that's going to be a huge event as well for Big Japan. So yeah, a lot of good things going on. Of course, for anybody who wants to follow up on Big Japan Pro Wrestling, of course, there's BJW Core subscription, but there's also their main website, bjw.co.jp, and you can do the translate button if you don't speak Japanese, and catch up on all the latest news and happenings.
So when is Aoki champion for 1 year? It's coming up in May, right?
Yeah.
Next month?
Give or take, I think it's right around
there. So he has to win.
Around the big
if he wants to get to 1 year, he's going to have to beat Hashimoto.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do it. He's my guy. Aoki's going to hold that belt for quite some time. And if he does get by Hashimoto, like who's next on the horizon? Who will be next on the horizon for him?
Honestly, I can see Hideyoshi Kamitani.
Okay.
Kamitani, there's something special about him. And he's another guy that, you guys go back and watch that puzzle tag match that me and Walker called. And he just gives you that aura and vibe of like, okay, this is a guy that if he never wrestled for Big Japan, he was someone who could have wrestled in All Japan Pro Wrestling back in the 90s and excelled very, very, very well for himself. I can see Kamitani being the next big threat to Yuya if he survives Hashimoto.
What about building up Jacob Crane? That guy, I watched him for the first time. He's very talented.
He is.
Very talented.
There's Jacob's good, man. There's a whole group now of Gaijin wrestlers that are going on tour with Big Japan. One's actually wrestling for me, for my company. Toby Farley. Toby Farley's one too. Toby Farley's like the savior of strong style in the South. He's super talented. Of course, Del Patrick's, as Ethan mentioned, known for his deathmatch wrestling, but Del's actually a talented in-ring wrestler too. Hardway Heater, of course, Man Pondo, Necro Butcher. Those guys are legends in Japan for all their years they've been there. There's a lot of really good talent coming up. I know there's already been some matches announced for the Yokohama show. Once again, of course, Yuya versus Hashimoto. Ender Kara taking on Sekifuro. And there's also, let me see here.
Deathmatch title match, isn't there?
Yeah, that's what I'm actually I'm bringing up the news information right now. So
and also, I'm very happy to see Black Mensere in Big Japan.
Oh yeah, he's great in that. Another person I can see challenge for the World Strong title. It could be No Moore's astronaut partner Abe.
Yes.
Yeah, good, excellent point there. Has he ever had a shot at the show? I'm sure he had, but he didn't wrestle Aoki 101, has he?
I don't think he has.
Okay, that would be another. He could possibly be the next. I forgot all about him, but he's not signed to Big Japan Pro Wrestling. You said, right? He's a freelancer.
Mainly a freelancer, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the four. I was talking about the Kamitani versus not Suji Ishikawa's Yuki Ishikawa, but of course there's also the Deathmatch Championship. Will also be defended there at the Yokohama show as well too. I think it's the big result of who would win that match. That what ends up happening is the winner of the Ishikawa versus Kamitani match will end up taking on either Raiji Ito or Wakamatsu, which Wakamatsu just recently make a huge appearance here in the United States for GCW and stole the show. And because he was a talk of the show, everybody's like, dude, whoever this little Japanese guy is, he was killing it. And Wakamatsu, of course, wrestles for Big Japan, but he's also a 2AW guy, which 2AW doesn't get enough press, in my opinion. They should.
They don't get a lot.
Dude, it's an amazing promotion, too. They have that whole roster is really good.
They were actually at New Japan.
Yeah. That's Ayato Yoshida wrestles for...
He's their ace.
Okay.
He actually left New Japan to go work for them, actually.
Yeah, he was a young lion and left and went over to... And then I was like, man, and then I forgot because they were talking about the Frontier Zone for Sakura Genesis. And I was like, oh, shit, I forgot Yoshida was in New Japan.
Yeah.
He challenged Ishii to a 1-on-1 match, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That'd be pretty fun, but
I'm sorry, John. Go ahead, finish. I apologize.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, he's like Big Japan's got some pretty big events coming up, and I feel like it's going to be a pretty good year for them. It's a building back during the whole COVID-19 aura and ordeal that they had to deal with. Where, let's be honest, it still affects a lot of Japanese promotions. Where they were at the height of drawing huge crowds, and then COVID-19 happened, and then when they came back, now there's still people in Japan, and I've been told this by a good group of friends who lives over there. There's still people who are afraid to go to events because of the whole COVID thing, and people are still getting sick. So, yeah, it happens. But I think Big Japan's on a huge rebound. It's going to take some time here and there, but they're slowly getting back to their their crowd base, and they're having fun shows, and they're showcasing a lot of talent that are coming up the ranks, where a lot of the older guard is still there, but now I think it's being booked the right way, where the older wrestlers were the main event guys. Now they're more of the second match, third match on the show. Now you're seeing the younger generation like the Ishikawas, the Kamatanis, Yuya, Hashimoto, all those guys are getting a little shine. The same thing with Kakuta as well too. All of those guys are getting the spotlight to show the world what they can do.
How does this scenario sound? I was just thinking about this just now. Yuya Aoki successfully defends his title against Hashimoto, and Okabayashi returns and challenges him for the title.
I would love that.
That would be spectacular. That would be spectacular.
I miss that man tremendously.
So do I. I want him back. Hopefully he comes back.
Yeah,
but
same.
And of course he'll be unsuccessful in getting the title back from Aoki, because Aoki is never going to lose the title again. He's going to be champion forever.
He's going to have it for 1,000+.
He's going to have he's going to surpass Roman Reigns as champion.
There you go.
He's going to surpass Bruno Sammartino. No one's surpassing Bruno Sammartino ever.
No, that record's never going to get broken, honestly.
No. Bruno's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, that was from an era that people didn't pay attention to records, and they're like, "It's champion, yeah!" And they're just happy to see him be the champ.
Bruno.
It's fine. Speaking of Kamatani and Ishikawa, they're actually going to be at GCW in June for their Tournament of Survival.
Absolutely.
All right, so Big Japan. What about my guy Kobayashi? Abdullah Kobayashi, was he? He was in the States recently, wasn't he?
Yeah, for GCW. Yeah, him and Ito both came to the States for a very, I wouldn't say a special appearance, because Kobayashi has actually done a few appearances. He actually had been wrestled for the company I do commentary for, Ruthless Pro Wrestling, which was really fun to sit back after all the years of watching Abdullah wrestle in Big Japan as a tape trader, and now sit down and actually get to commentate a match of his. It's like, what a cool feeling, But
oh yeah, I watched that show. That was great. I was like, yeah, my buddy John.
Yeah, I love Abdullah. Such a funny guy too. Walks around the locker room with his ass cheeks hanging out and smoking a cigarette. I still love his promo at the end of the show, and he was like, "Love America, Japan, small country." And he looks at everybody. He's like, "I love deep dish," and of course all the Chicagoans are like, "Yeah, deep dish." They start chanting his name like, "Oh man!" It's like of all the things that pop a crowd, you like in deep dish pops the entire audience. It's like,
I
remember
the he was in England, I think, for ICW and Rise Underground, and they're doing a double title match, and the referee was showing the belts, and Kibashi's like, "Me? Thank you." And the referee's like, "No, I'm just showing you the belt." And he's like, "Okay." It was great. I loved it. It was just like, because he's in the corner, and you know how refs show each competitor. I don't know why I found that so. Kibashi's like, "Me? I want," and referee's just like, "No," and he's like, "Okay," and then she held him up, and he literally just grabs him, and he's like, "Yeah!" And the ref's like,
you ever seen when he came to England at the airport and Big F and Joe?
Yes, me and you were talking about that.
And Big F and Joe is a legit big dude. He's like 6'3", 6'4". He's like
underwear.
Yeah, he walks around his underwear in public, and it's like he has like this button up like office shirt and his underwear, and he's like, "Hey, Mike. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I brought you some cigarettes." And of course, he hands him like the cigarettes, and Abdul's like, "Oh, I also brought you Japanese cigarettes." And he hands him the Japanese cigarettes. They exchange their cigarettes, and then
he gave him beer.
Everybody's like staring at Big F and Joe, like, "Why is this guy in his underwear and he's walking in public?"
I had a friend of mine. He was there for vacation, and he saw Big F and Joe. He's like, "There's a dude." I'm like, "It's Big F and Joe." Yes.
Yeah, such a cool dude.
He's laughing. He's like, "I can't believe I forgot who that was." I'm like, "Disappoint you, bro."
Like, how are we friends?
All right, man. Anybody watch Zack Sabre Jr., Chris Brooks against Yuki Ueno and Mao?
Not yet, but I heard it's really good.
The last 5 minutes of that match with just Zack Sabre Jr. and Ueno just going at it. It was just something special. Something special. Did you want to know who won, or you don't want to know?
I know who wins.
Okay. Do you want to know, John, or no?
Yeah, go ahead, tell me.
It ended up in a time limit draw. Nobody won. It was a draw. But Zack Sabre Jr. was kind of hinting on coming back and wanting a singles match. So kind of planting the seeds for Yuki Ueno defending his KOD openweight title against Zack Sabre Jr. So that would be a fantastic match.
We also got the first round for the King of DDT as well.
Oh yeah, I saw that, but I didn't write it. Do you have it written down somewhere or no?
Yeah, I do. One second.
Well, you just run through it quickly.
Yep, give me one.
Then we can go into AEW. Then we can go into All Japan Pro Wrestling, and we'll go wrap this up. We're over an hour already, man.
Woohoo! What a record. Give me one. Give me one. So the first round matches are Mo versus Poison, Sewell Julie, Cannon versus Toy, because Toy, spoiler, won the King of DDT. Or sorry, the D-Generation Cup tournament.
Yeah.
Speaking of Yuki No, he's going against Shinhiro Takagi. Yuki No versus Daisuke Sasaki. Higuchi versus Yuki Naya. Harshima versus Shuji Ishikawa. Tetsuya Endo versus Dizzy Godino. And Chris Brooks versus Takashi Masta.
I'm sorry. Who's Ishikawa facing?
Harshima.
Oh, okay. And also, what was the last match you meant? Oh no, Higuchi. It was Higuchi against Yuki Onaya.
Yeah.
That's going to be an amazing match. That's going to be a banger right there.
Agreed.
That is. I'm pretty excited. It's fun because this year it's the 20th anniversary, so they're doing like all runner-up / winners, and then obviously the winner of D-Generation Cup. So it's not too bad.
All right, that's going to be looking forward. And when does that starts next month, right?
In May, beginning of May, I think.
Beginning of May, okay.
Only 3-day show anyway, so.
All right, man. So many tournaments. We got another tournament to talk about. Let's get into All Japan Pro Wrestling, and then should we wrap it up after that? You think, or
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Yuma Anzai, Triple Crown champion. I don't think that was supposed to happen. But what do you guys think? I'm happy. I think he's a great talent, but I don't think I think he won the title because Nakajima decided he wasn't coming back to All Japan Pro Wrestling. But what do you think about him winning the title, Triple Crown?
He finished his story.
I thought Yota Tsuji was going to finish the story, but
not yet. He'll get there. It takes 2 years, Lewis. Come on, 2 chapters.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, no, but Yuma Anzai, I mean, I think he's going to be a good champion. Does that mean he's not going to be in Champion Carnival, or is he going to still be in Champion Carnival?
He's still in there. I imagine if he wins, he could probably pick his challenger, like with the G1.
I don't know, because I wouldn't put him in there in the tournament, because that means he's going to have to lose a few matches already as champion. You know what I mean? I would take him out and put somebody else in. That's what I would do.
Who would you take it? Who would you replace him with, though?
We got Jun Saito. I would What about Fuminari Abe or Nomura or something like that?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Nomura is more of the heavyweight out of the two. I would probably put Nomura in there.
Oh yeah, because Abe was just in the Junior Battle Glory last year.
Oh yeah. Nomura was in Champion Carnival already. I think was it last year or the year before that? I think it was the year before that. But
before, I think.
Nomura in, but who else from All Japan could they put in though? I'm thinking. We already got Omori, Renayabe's in. Cyrus is coming back. Looking forward to that. Saito. Rei Saito and Jun Saito in the same block. Ryuki Honda's in. I don't know. I would go with Nomura.
I agree with that.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Either Nomura or you pick another like American Gaijin or a European wrestler or something like that to throw into the mix just to spice it up.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I wouldn't put him out because unless Ansei's going to go undefeated, it would be kind of silly for him to win the belt and then lose a few matches right off the bat. That's just my opinion.
But if he goes to the final, so you're basically just giving away your Triple Crown title match right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys know who's in the? Should I run down who's in the blocks?
Yeah, run them down.
Yeah. So Block A is David Boy Smith Jr., Shotaro Oshino, Kento Miyahara, Yuma Yagi, Hokuto Omori, Renayabe, who I'm very happy is now an official member of All Japan Pro Wrestling, Kuroshio Tokyo Japan, and my boy Cyrus. And Block B, Rei Saito, Jun Saito, Sawama, Ryuki Honda, Yuma Anzai, unless they take him out, Hideki Suzuki, Hartley Jackson, and Lord Crew, who I'm not familiar with at all. I think he's
I
an English
actually know
wrestler.
Lord Crew personally. Wrestled in Kentucky.
You know everybody personally.
Hey man, that's why I get paid the big
Yeah, I
bucks.
know. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I heard he's a good talent though.
He is. Pretty much if you want to see like a modern day Bruiser Brody without a guy trying to be like Bruiser Brody, it's him.
Okay.
He's in
He's
Dragon
got that. Yeah, he's really technical. He's also kind of give you that bare knuckle brawler type vibe to him. Good wrestler. Good. He's got really good size to him. So like I see why all Japan took a liking to him right off the bat. Uh, so yeah, when I saw him get announced, I actually got happy. I was really excited for him because it's like here's a guy who's been working really hard and traveling everywhere, and just now it's a chance for him to show the world what he can do. I think he'll. I think because of this is his first big tour with All Japan. I think he'll probably be taking some losses because that's just how it is when you're there. But I'm also excited to see Hartley Jackson
Oh yeah,
getting
yeah.
the chance to showcase what he does. Because Hartley's been around the Japanese wrestling scene, gosh, back when he was with 0-1, back in its
Yeah.
glory days when Nakamura-san was help running 0-1. So he was a big part of 0-1 Australia. So to see him now wrestling with All Japan doing the Good Champions Carnival, that's really cool. I'm happy for Hartley. I think in this whole tournament, though, I think more than likely Shotaro might actually have the chance to win it because, he was the winner of last year's.
Yeah.
But if I'm correct, he was injured. So he had to vacate his spot to go for the Triple Crown. And to me, this tells more of a story of I had it and it slipped out of my grasp.
Yeah, but he got the title shot against Nakajima and he lost. When he
Sure.
came back, he got the shot against Nakajima and he lost the match. So. But yeah, I can see him winning again though. But I can tell you, well, who do you think's gonna get out of the A block, and who do you think's gonna get out of the B block? Ethan, I'll ask you.
A block, I can see Kento, Yuma, Oyagi.
Okay.
I swear to God, please don't put that Kershaw token. They like booking him so much, but I'm gonna be honest, he's god awful.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Cyrus, please beat him up. And B block, oof. I could honorable mention for A block. I could see David Boy Smith Jr. getting pretty far because he's another one that wrestles in Japan a lot. B block, oof. I can see Enzai just because he's Triple Crown champ. I can see Suwama. Honorable mention Deki Suzuki. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to say Kento and Enzai.
Okay, now All Japan Pro Wrestling, they have a pattern. I think I've kind of figured out their pattern. They always put the biggest match on the last show of the tournament.
They do,
because that match is going to determine who wins the block. So I have the whole list. So the last show of the tournament for Block A, Kento Miyahara versus David Boy Smith. So my guess is one of those two are going to win Block A because they're wrestling on the last show. They'll probably both be tied at like 8 or 10 points each, and then whoever wins that match will go to the finals. And Block B is a little more difficult. I don't know. You have Rei Saito, who I know they were trying to build him up as a singles guy. He was supposed to get a shot at Nakajima before he got hurt. He's taking on Honda on the last show. Suwama against Jun Saito. I think it's gonna. I'm gonna say Rei Saito. I think Rei Saito is gonna come out of the B block.
I can see that happening. I can see that.
I think it's gonna be Rei Saito. I think it's gonna be David Boy Smith. I would have picked Kento Miyahara to win it all if Nakajima was still champion, so they could have the big showdown. And Miyahara will get his win back from Nakajima. But I'm gonna go David Boy Smith, Rei Saito, and I'm gonna pick Rei Saito to win it all. That's my pick. That's
B block's like champions. B block's almost like the champions block because you got Yuma Ento, who's the Triple Crown. You got the Saito Brothers for the World Tag Team Champions. You got Suwama, who's 1/3 of the TV in this case 6-person Tag Team Champions. So,
do you think Cyrus has a chance? I'd love to see Cyrus. I just don't see him. I just don't see Cyrus making it to the finals.
I can see him probably going to the semifinals.
There's no final. There's no
Yeah,
semifinals.
there's just a final. There's just one final. There's no semifinals. Just is whoever wins is Block A versus Block B.
Oh,
And,
I'm sorry.
I can see him winning a number of matches. I can see him being high up, like 8 points. But I don't. I would love to see him. I hope if he's watching, he doesn't get angry with me.
You're
but,
screwed.
What's that?
You're screwed if he's angry.
I'm screwed. He's
Hey, cover.
look
Look
how
through that photo.
Look, he's looking. He's gonna take a bite out of me. Now, I love Cyrus. He's a great guy. But I just
watch out this podcast over. You get a DM from him. How come you didn't pick me, asshole?
well, Ren Ayabi, I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna do really well because they just signed him as well, and I think they're gonna give him a little bit of a push. So his first match is against Kento Miyahara.
Ooh,
I wouldn't be shocked if we see an upset there. Kento's not going to win all his matches, but I wouldn't be shocked if Ayabi scores a victory just to build them up a little bit.
I can see, like you said, Lewis, I can see Kento losing to Abe and then basically like going for the rest of the block, like have, like 14 points.
Opening night, Davey Boy Smith Jr. against Yuma Yagi.
That'd be fun too. Davey Boy Smith Jr. I've been more fan of his more like when he's in like Japan more than WWE and stuff. But I remember they signed him a couple years ago, like when fans were going back on the you go back to seeing shows, and like they put him in dark matches, and then they said they signed him, and then they literally released him like 5 months later. Well, put him on TV. It's like, really?
Lord Crew has it tough. His first match is against Ryuki Honda, then his second match is against Yuma Anzai.
Oof.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a tough
trial by fire.
New period.
And Cyrus doesn't wrestle until the third night.
I remember they first announced the tournament. They did 14 each. I'm like, oh, I don't like uneven numbers. If I'm round robin, you got to do even.
Yeah, Cyrus's first match is against Kuroshio, Tokyo, Japan.
I see Cyrus winning that one.
Cyrus better just squash him quickly.
Please, Cyrus. I know he said last year World Today he wanted to eat his jacket or do
something. Yeah, no, I asked him. I said, what would you do if you got a hold of his jacket? He goes, I would eat it. I'd eat his jacket. And so hopefully he'll eat the jacket.
Buy him a Monster energy drink too.
He said he wanted to eat Black Mensure as well. I know we saw the show where he was chasing Black Mensure around the entire arena.
Yeah.
And he said, I said, what are we going to do if you caught him? Because I was going to eat him. I was going to eat Black Mensure.
But yeah, I saw that because I was writing the schedule. I'm like, Cyrus doesn't start till like the third night. That was like the G1 couple when they did that weird 24 people. And like half of them didn't even start till like halfway for the tournament. It's like, okay, go back to like 8 per block, not this 7.
April 21st, though, Kento Miyahara against Yuma Yagi. That should be interesting. So that's I got Rei Saito to win the whole thing. That's what I'm thinking.
You got John.
Let's see if I had A block. I probably could definitely see Miyahara going through the whole group again. And though I would like to see Shino getting that opportunity. Second, let me take a look here at that list again.
Honestly, B block's harder for me to pick. Honestly,
unless
B block's going to best with stiff competition, man. Like rural, like that's going to be hard to pick.
Unless Miyahara wins, just to give Yuma Anzai a big victory as champion, that's possible.
Yeah, I can see that actually. I didn't even think of that to lose it. I feel like they already promoted Enzai. I feel like they're just gonna keep him. Honestly, they've been promoting that poster.
I'm predicting they're gonna replace him. You're gonna take him. They probably would have taken him out already. Maybe you're right. Maybe they'll just keep him in there. Hopefully he'll go undefeated. He won't lose to his first match is against Jun Saito.
First champion. Let's go.
Sawama against Rei Saito in the first, Ryuki Honda against Lord Crew, as I mentioned. Shotaro Ashino versus Hakuto Omori. I'm sorry, you were gonna mention who you thought was gonna win. John.
From the B block, I could definitely see Yuma getting. Yuma? I could definitely see him.
I did too, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe Yuma wins it only, and he nominates Kento Miyahara as his opponent. Anything can happen. Anything can. There's so many possibilities.
But see, that what makes the Champions Carnival so fun, though.
I know.
Just that right there is like anyone. And the thing is, if you're going to be a smart booker, everybody might be like, oh, yeah, this is who I know who's going to win. Right then, there's when you start playing the underdog story. You get the one guy that no one's predicting to win the tournament, and somehow they find upset victories, and they're finding ways to pull it off, and all of a sudden now you got a Rocky story. So that's what I love about a good tournament bracket. You could pull off like that NCAA basketball type vibe where it's like, okay, here's your number one North Carolina versus, George Washington University from some college you never heard of. And all of a sudden, somehow the George Washington kids just have a good night and they find a way to knock off the number one seed. It's like a good tournament when it's booked right. You could have so many amazing moments in the tournament. And especially if you have like the guy that everyone's saying, like, yeah, he's going to win it. That's when you know that your crowd already knows that. That's when you pull off that big upset. Like, let's pull the carpet out from under them, and let's create a new star by doing this.
What's called Triple Crown?
With you saying that, I know Cyrus wants to sign a contract, and I think there is some interest in signing Cyrus. What if they push Cyrus as the new monster of All Japan Pro Wrestling, and he wins the whole tournament?
Not a bad idea. I mean, he's impressive. When you guys first started telling me about Cyrus, that was one of the things. Like, okay, I'm gonna go take a look, watch this guy's work, and when I saw him, it's freaking impressive. He's kind of like a modern day Big Van Vader type guy, and that's what the Japanese love. That they like their big guy Gene Monster, Bruiser Brody, the Vaders, the Terry Gordys of the world, and Cyrus is right up there with those guys when it comes to his presentation, his look, the way he wrestles. I mean, why not? And it won't hurt. It won't hurt All Japan because all that does is gives guys like Miyahara and all the others, more of a higher mountain they have to climb in their defenses and big fight battles and all that. So it works. And it's a smart move. I think it is. And when's the last time a Gaijin actually won the Carnival?
I would say maybe Stan Hansen. I'd have to look it up. You want me to look it up quick?
It's been a while if you think about it.
I can. Let's take a look. Let's take a look before we wrap this up.
It's called Champion Carnival, so you should get a champion winning.
What was that? The championship win because it's called Champion Carnival?
Yeah. I was joking. I said it's called Champion Carnival. Championship win.
Let's see the list of winners.
I have it up. Do you want me to say it, or I'll wait till Lou's got it?
Okay. You want? I think it was a Vader.
Yeah, it's Vader.
1999 Vader.
So 1999 was the last time a Gaijin walked in there and actually won it.
Yeah.
So how interesting would it be for the other guy that All Japan has been showcasing as like a monster, and he's a big Gaijin, he's a big American. Why not?
Well, Akibono's from Hawaii, though, isn't he?
True. Very true. He's Hawaiian.
Because he won in 2015.
Okay. And I like Akibono, don't get me wrong, but like he doesn't give me the same like fear that like a Stan Hansen Big Van Vader type would.
Yeah, Stan Hansen won it 2 years in a row, 92, 93. Abdullah the Butcher won it twice.
Mm-hmm.
But Giant Baba, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times for Giant Baba.
Greatest promoter of all time.
Yeah, he was great. All right, anything else, guys? Anything else we got going on, or is that it? I think Ethan's about to collapse on the floor and fall asleep.
Nah, I'm good, brother.
He's more Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah.
No, I'll go to McDonald's.
Oh.
You anti-Canadian.
Yeah.
I got heat with Lewis over that now.
Yeah.
Cry me a weeper.
We've had heat way before that, so we've had major heat way before that. It wasn't the coffee, Ethan. Wasn't the coffee. All right, so should we wrap this up and come back next week?
Yeah, sounds good. Next week I'll give you guys a live detailing of my New Japan event.
What's that?
So next week I'll actually be coming in here doing a
yeah, you give us a live perspective of
being there live and in person. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You can tell us all about the Windy City Riot. Awesome. So And you're not work. You're just going as a fan, right? You're not doing anything.
No, I'm just going there as someone who's been
Media pass, Lewis.
pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it's I've been. I can't go into full details on air, but
No, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
We'll leave it at media pass, but we got the idea.
All right, guys. Pleasure being back with you guys this week. And for myself, John, Ethan, bodyslam.net. And again, check out John's interview with Walker Stewart. Keep your eye out for my interview with the Princess Champion, Miyu Watanabe, coming up later today. And until next week, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And stay safe, everyone. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.